Death wish or death rattle, that is the question. I speak, of course, of the International Criminal Court, which is in a semi-comatose state. It could lead to the end of the court, and the significant blow was delivered a few weeks ago when the government of South Africa decided to withdraw from the court. It had ratified the International Criminal Court statute, called the Rome Statute. That was quite a blow to the court, since South Africa occupies such a state of prominence on the African continent. So that's part of the death rattle. And the other part is that the government of the Gambia just decided to withdraw from the International Criminal Court. The Gambia is headed by a president who is a certifiable lunatic and a tyrant, and who himself would one day be subject to the court's proceedings, no doubt, so he wants no part of it. That was followed by the withdrawal from the court of the government of Burundi, where the president is a certifiable egomaniac who has defied term limits, who has broken the constitution, who has had a bogus election, and his country is slowly subsiding into conflict. Indeed, he could be presiding over a genocide in the near future, and he too wants nothing to do with the court. Now, as if that wasn't enough, Russia, Putin, has decided, as you know, in the last few days to withdraw from the International Criminal Court, which means absolutely nothing because Putin didn't ratify the court. They just signed on. He's done what Bush did several years ago and withdrawn from the court. He's enjoying the role of a mischief meddler because of his new notorious relationship with the president-elect of the United States. All of these things, which have done such damage to the integrity and reputation of the court, are driven by the assumption that the court cares only to investigate and indict Africans. Well, and this is the death wish component, all of that changed this last week when the chief prosecutor of the court, Fatou Bensouda, by the way, herself a citizen of the Gambia, decided to announce after the election in the United States, and she had time to consider this, that she would consider launching an investigation and indictment into CIA operatives who were conducting torture in Afghanistan and Iraq. Now, no doubt she has grounds for saying what she said, but doing it after Donald Trump's election seems a little injudicious. But in any event, you can be sure that there will be apoplexy in the United States, and they will not allow any American military members or CIA operatives to be brought before the court. Maybe Fatou Bensouda did this deliberately in the hope of creating a confrontation with Trump, which would result in support for her rather than for him. Whatever the motives, the court is dealing with a series of setbacks. That's a real loss internationally, because the court steps in where national jurisdictions can't function around extreme criminality. The court deals with war crimes, crimes against humanity, genocide. To render it impotent would be a dreadful loss. But then that's not the first loss the international community has experienced over the last 10 days or so. That was last week. I'm Stephen Lewis.